Join me. Together we can rule the galaxy far and south.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them.
Hello there, Space Wizards, Plastic Spacemen, and Rebel Princesses. This is Todd Hoffman and Trent Hoffman. You're listening to Big T and Little T, a Star Wars podcast. Welcome to episode 144. Today, we're just celebrating May the 4th. I mean, come on. It's May the 4th. You're nerding out. Maybe you took the day off. I don't know. I know I'm taking the day off. But anyways, unfortunately, my little buddy Trent couldn't join me just with scheduling and stuff like that. But we want to wish you a big May the 4th and nerd out today. So you are nerding out because you're listening to this podcast or whatever, and you're going to your favorite thing. Maybe you're seeing Return of the Jedi for like the 5th time or whatever you're doing. I hope it's super nerdy and you did, May the 1st was 501st Day. So if you're 501st Legion member, or, adjacent Rebel Legion, all that stuff. I hope you had a good Star Wars day. Now we got May the 4th, and then we got Revenge of the 5th and Revenge of the 6th, all those things. Basically, May is like all Star Wars. You got George's birthday coming up. You got, all the major releases happened in May. A lot. There's a couple outliers, obviously, so... But, we got quite a few movies that came out in May. May's great. May's great. It's a fun time as, things start warming up. The theaters got movies coming out. The truly, the zeitgeist of Star Wars created this summer blockbuster. You could say Jaws is one of those that started that trend, but really Star Wars... it's huge. It goes without saying. It's big. So anyways, we're gonna, celebrate May the 4th. We're gonna get you caught up on Jedi Survivor. Trent and I started playing that on Friday. You can check out our stream on Twitch. Yeah, this is a great plug. Check us out on twitch.tv. /Big T Little T, and you can check out our stream. We did our first walkthrough. Well, we started playing a little bit of it, and then the Chicago weather took a turn, and basically we had a free weekend. We're gonna go to the zoo, do all this fun stuff, and it just didn't happen because the weather was just abysmal this weekend. And so, we just played Jedi Survivor the whole weekend, and it was a great time. And we're loving life. And then Fortnite came out with a whole Star Wars theme on May the 2nd. And so you can be Anakin Skywalker, Padme, 501st Clone Trooper, 212th. And then if you get a little upgrade on their little thingy, Bob Doohickey thing, and you do some leveling up, Darth Maul is waiting for the end of that. So a little prequel love coming from Fortnite. They have this really cool game mechanic. It's almost, I would say, in between the World of Worlds, basically, or it's something where you kind of meet this hologram of Obi-Wan or Darth Maul, and you kind of go in this rift, the world between worlds, and then you come out and you have a lightsaber. You get to use the Force. Darth Maul's is better because you get to throw rocks. It's all about rocks, so all about lifting rocks. Yeah, that was a bad, whatever, Last Jedi punny. So anyways, definitely check that out. And I think Rocket League has something. I might check that out tomorrow. But yeah, Rocket League, Fortnite, and obviously Jedi Survivor, which we're going to talk about in a second. Hey, it's May the 4th, and so that means there is a ton of deals. I'm just going to run through a couple of them. But yeah, so Amazon has a whole May the 4th hub, so you can go out check that out. They just released some new Echo Dot helmets shaped like Mandalorian, Darth Vader, and a Stormtrooper. Hello. The Walmart has some discounts, so like you have the Mandalorian N1 Starfighter and Grogu plush. Target has 24% off and some Star Wars exclusives. Box Lunch, I really like that store. 25% on all products. Even Chewy, the dog stuff, the pet stuff, $30 gift card when you spend $100. What? Citizen, if you want to buy a really expensive watch, they only give you 10% off, but whatever. Denuo Novo, they make replicas. They're saving, you can save 10%. Holla. Disney, of course, you can shop at Disney, shop Disney. They have a $250 replica lightsaber from Return of the Jedi. Holla, do it. Funko, buy 3 Star Wars items and get the one free through May 7th. There is Lego, Lego. You buy $40, it gets an X-Wing model. $85, you get a limited edition coin. And then $150 gets a miniature Death Star kit. Hey, shoot, you can buy one kit and get $150. Boom. Loungefly's got a new Darth Vader crossbody bag. $75 would buy you that. Macy's, wow, Macy's got stuff. Buy one, get one free on 40% select Star Wars toys. Holla. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Some other stuff. Yeah, I mean, if you like Abrams, you like the art books, Geeky Tiki's, great. Hallmark, 25% off. Hasbro Plus offers. Her Universe, Regal Robot, all kinds of stuff. It's out there. Tomorrow, next day, the other day. Well, today for you. Tomorrow for me. Today for you. You get the idea. May the 4th, man. It's all over the place. Yeah, it's just a weird thing. And it's kind of funny because I feel like Disney tried to own May the 4th, but it's for the fans. It's for the people. I don't know when it started. I'm doing a quick Google right here. It says, I don't know. Should we believe Wikipedia? Maybe. I don't know. Observance of the day spread quickly through media grassroots celebrations since the franchise began in 1977. Okay, here we go. History. The first recorded reference of a phrase being used on May 4th, 1979, is the Margaret Thatcher was elected the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Her political party conservative placed a congratulatory advertisement on London Evening News saying, "May the 4th be with you, Maggie." Oh. 1988, the episode of Count Duckula, The Vampire Strikes Back, a spacefaring superhero. Wow. Asked Duckula to date May the 4th as departs, and he tells all below, "May the 4th be with you." Okay. In 2008, the first Facebook group appeared celebrating Luke Skywalker Day with the same catchphrase. In 2011, the first organized celebration of Star Wars Day took place in Toronto, Canada. Way to go, Canadians. Okay. Second edition took place May 4th, 2012. Okay. On Star Wars Day 2015, astronauts at an International Space Station watched Star Wars. Also in 2015, the Carillon Bells inside the Peace Tower on Parliament Hill played the Imperial March. Okay. Okay, since 2013, the Walt Disney Company has officially observed the holiday with several Star Wars events. Yep. Okay, well, of course, you have Revenge of the Fifth and 6. May 25th is obviously when Star Wars came out. There you go. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I don't know. It's always been May the 4th, but maybe not soon. Okay, so let's just get you caught up on Jedi Survivor. Again, if you've been hiding under a rock, Jedi Survivor is a sequel to Jedi Fallen Order, which came out in 2019. And now it is released on April 20th, 2023. Okay. So it's great. It's really good. One of the things that you could have read if you were like waiting desperately, because they did delay the release of the game. It happens. And what was going on going into the 28th here, going into Friday, a lot of great reviews, but there's been word on the street that it's a little buggy. In fact, the PC version almost impossible to play. Trent and I ran into our first bug tonight. It just seemed like the game couldn't handle. We're battling a bunch of battle droids, and the game just couldn't handle it, and it just we're going back to the load screen. Nothing terrible, but yeah. So, anyways, if you're waiting for the delay, there's Star Wars Jedi Battle Scars. This came out in 2023, March 7th. It's a Star Wars novel by Sam Meggs. So it's set in between the 5 years between Star Wars Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. So there's a 5-year gap, okay? Essentially, what happens is you have Cal, Marion, and Sierra and Grease. They're all part of the Manus crew, and they are Haxion Brood are the crime syndicate that are kind of chasing after them. They get hooked up with a wealthy entrepreneur, and they meet this kind of former stormtrooper Fret that's defect the Empire and seeking to help with fighting against the Empire. But they go to this wealthy entrepreneur guy, and basically they're trying to get the schematics for the shroud. And what the shroud is lack of a better word, it's an invisible cloak. It's like an invisibility cloak. And they don't want to get in the hands of Empire. Makes sense, right? Yeah. So this book is not my favorite. It's not the best. It's a little too teen drama for me, a little too young novel-ish, and yeah, don't get much out of it, I don't think. Seer, they get in contact with the fifth brother. Fifth brother runs into them, and Seer has to distract them and cuts off one of Grease's hand. You will see that in the game. They haven't mentioned it yet, but there's this kind of love thing with Fret and Mirren, and it's weird. And then the shroud doesn't turn into be a shroud. It used to be Fret's old girlfriend, and yeah, it's all kind of, I don't know. I feel like I don't mind a softer version of Marin, but it's just a little weird for me. Yeah, I don't find it terribly compelling. That's I guess the bottom line for me. But that's my own opinion. You can definitely read it. I enjoyed the audiobook. It's great. But yeah, if you want to get into a little bit of a side mission. So when you come into Jedi Fallen Order, it's a pretty big gap, and it's noticeable as you start off. You're out by yourself. You do run in with another crew and stuff like that. But let's just kind of dive into it. I know not everybody obviously is playing the game right now, or might not have the ability to play the game. I'm not going to spoil it all the way to the end because I haven't got to the end. There's people that have already completed the game, which is crazy sauce. There is so many side missions. It's insane. It's insane. So we kind of start off, and we we destroyed the Jedi holocron. We parted ways with Seer, and Grease and Mirren continue battle against the Empire. Blah blah blah. So you're kind of working for Saw Gerrera at the moment. And you team up with this mercenary called Bode. You infiltrate this Imperial capital world of Coruscant, and we get to go in Coruscant, and we steal this data from the senator, and then we have this kind of cool mission of just again, they show you the mechanics of the game, and you get to be in Coruscant on the lower levels. It's really, really cool. It's a lot of fun, and so we definitely get to do that. And just kind of explore. There's some great cinematic stuff with the senator's ship, and you get to fight stormtroopers, and there's patrol troopers and scout troopers and all kinds of troopers, and none of the stormtroopers can hit you. It's great. It's fantastic. One of the things that I really, really love is that you're not starting backwards. You're not starting from square one. Metroid does this a lot. Castlevania does this a lot. All these kind of games where you're like, hey, you're this mega super duper, person, but then you lost all your abilities, or you got amnesia, or you just something, and you got to redo it. You basically have a great baseline. So it's really refreshing to say, hey, we didn't lose a step actually, and now you're just kind of leveling up from there, which makes sense. You're trying to progress as Cal, which is awesome. So you go through Coruscant, and it's just great. You get to fight the ninth sister, which you fought in Jedi Fallen Order, and she's a big old. She definitely shows some of the battle scars that we did in the first game, but she is a big baddie, and that's really the first big boss you fight. Take her out, and then you kind of work with Bode, which is nice, and you essentially escape Coruscant, and so we decide to meet up with Grease on Kobo. Now, Kobo's kind of like your main hub planet, and so you get an opportunity to, there's these raiders, I think they're called Bedlam Raiders, and you fight after them, and you hook up with Grease. Grease got you all stashed away in this nice bar, and this is where it becomes almost like a slight light RPG where you're meeting town folk. They all have little side missions, and they just keep on growing. Now here's something that I didn't see coming, which is fantastic, is that we have a High Republic story lore in here. And I was just like, wow, this is great. So you meet this droid, ZNA4, or Z for short, and she has this kind of device. It's called a force array. So she's trapped in the caves. You have to do some puzzles, all that fun stuff. Bada bing, bada boom. And you essentially, once you get to the Force Array, you have this vision of two High Republic Jedi. You have Dagan Gera and Santiri Kiri, or Santiri, something like that. And they find this planet called Talinor or something like that. And it's through this kind of abyss, this nebula, and we understand that it's where it's where they want to start a new temple. This area is super strong on the Force, and so we find this a Force where we discover Dagan there, and he's held in a bacta tank, and this is what we get to see in, I think, one of the trailer spots. We free Dagan, and guess what? Bad guy. Yep, not gonna lie, bad guy. He's fallen to the dark side of the Force, and so he's angry because the council was mean to him, and blah blah blah. And so he escapes with this guy Ravis, who's kind of the head of the Bedlam Raiders, and we have a small run-in with him. So he's jaded because he feels like the value of the planet is something that could be used. So we actually head to Jeddah, yes, Jeddah, and we meet up with Seer, and we're working with Marin and Seer, and Eno shows up, which is another Jedi Master, and we got a little Jedi archives going on there, and they mentioned the hidden path, which is something that is also kind of explored in Obi-Wan a little bit. It's really cool. Really cool. So now we have this Jedi archives, and Seer's like, hey, you need to figure this out. And essentially, Dagan was the first and only pilot who managed to find the path through the abyss and discover Talonor. So essentially, they developed a special compass to navigate this abyss, and that's where they wanted to establish this base. And so, again, the Nihil from the High Republic assaulted Tanlor, causing the Republic to draw from the planet and destroy all of the compasses. Though Cordova knows of 3 compasses still unaccounted for. So, yeah, so we kind of have to figure out what is going on. Yeah. So where we're at is just basically, how can I put it? We're in there's three areas that we can do. So we can do Jeddah, Kobo, and the Shattered Moon, which is kind of by the abyss. And yeah, I don't want to spoil too much more, but it is a really good game. It's really solid. I was completely surprised by the High Republic tie-in. So if you're really into High Republic, you like reading, it's a really good tie-in. And so right now we're trying at we just got a cross card. So we have a single blade, a double blade, a single blade with a blaster, and now we just got the cross guard from the Shattered Moon, and we're just enjoying life, man. This is a really great game. It's super solid. It's challenging. Like I said, you're building off your thing. So we're heading back to Kobo, and we're at Kobo. I think we're going to stay there for a little bit because we're going to do a bunch of side missions. There's a lot of little side missions that everybody wants us to do. So I think we're going to stick around there and do that for a little bit. But there you go. That is the kind of Jedi Survivor. A couple hours in. I would say we're 5 or 6 hours in. And yeah, so if you don't want to play a game, you want a little summary, little review there for you, and we'll come back with some more updates, possibly as we go and travel on in this game. I was hoping to have a Return of the Jedi episode, but we haven't gone to see Return of the Jedi. We're trying to get that lined up and do that. I really want to see Return of the Jedi in the theaters. I hope you have, and if you're not, what are you doing? Go to the theaters. It's playing at AMC theaters. Unfortunately, our AMC is not playing it, so we got to travel. So we're trying to figure that out and when to go. But anyways, I hope you could do that. I hope that you're making that happen. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is coming out, so we definitely want to see that too. That's another one that we have to get in. So I hope you enjoy your May the 4th weekend. My personal self, I took off. Gonna do some trooping. It's gonna be fun. Gonna be a fun weekend. Always good to geek out and do some Star Wars. But we want to hear, what is your favorite thing about Star Wars right now? Drop us a line. What is your favorite thing? I think I mentioned this before. I'll mention again. I'm just digging ships landing. It's just a fun favorite thing of me in Star Wars. So yeah, tell us what your favorite thing is, or how, or what you did for May the 4th celebration. Drop us a line, Big T Little T podcast at gmail.com. Tell us what you're doing and how you're geeking out. We want to hear from you. Definitely catch us on twitch.tv/Big T Little T. We'll be streaming some Fortnite, hopefully more Jedi Survivor. Get to hang out and just enjoy that. You can catch us on Instagram, Big T Little T Podcast, Twitter, BLILT Podcast. Hey, and if you're also YouTube, follow us on YouTube. We're dropping shorts, dropping some episodes as they come out, all that fun stuff. And again, hopefully next week we'll have that Return of the Jedi review and have fun with that. But until next time, may the 4th be with you. Remember, truly wonderful the mind of a child is, and may the Force be with you always. Bye. See you later. Bye.